Strategies for promptly dealing with a narcissist. Today, our focus is on swiftly managing the presence of a narcissist in your life. If you believe this content can benefit others, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing it with your network. Given the widespread discussions on narcissistic behaviors, I aim to offer some clarification. By the conclusion, you should have a clearer understanding of whether someone you know exhibits narcissistic traits. I'd like to share effective strategies I've developed for promptly addressing narcissistic individuals and how you can apply them too. It's essential to emphasize that a narcissist consistently lacks empathy. Whether it's your spouse, parent, or another individual, they demonstrate no compassion, even during difficult times. They exhibit a lack of empathy towards those different from themselves, colleagues, and even their own children. Hence, it's not merely a matter of someone being inherently malicious or incapable of empathy or understanding others' perspectives. The individual you are describing displays a recurring pattern of behavior. They deceive to get what they want, engage in dishonesty, and feel entitled to exploit those around them. Narcissistic individuals are notorious for sabotaging their colleagues' professional paths, appropriating their achievements, and tarnishing their reputations. This manipulation serves to propel the narcissist's advancement at the expense of others. Even if it entails tarnishing your own reputation to facilitate your boss's promotion, they won't hesitate. Their relentless pursuit of personal gain disregards the repercussions on their careers or the reputations of those they exploit. In essence, we're dealing with individuals who exploit others for their own benefit, particularly targeting those who are vulnerable or powerless. A narcissist won't cease until they've completely dismantled you. Whether you excel in business or enjoy a harmonious family life, they'll endeavor to disrupt or even harm you personally. It's not just you who will endure online harassment. Narcissists exhibit a strong inclination towards vengeance. Any form of confrontation tends to trigger a noticeable change in their behavior. Moreover, being the subject of a narcissist's attention is akin to feeling ambushed from behind. Narcissists are unwilling to relinquish control, constantly seeking to assert their dominance. Should you inadvertently challenge their authority, they may perceive it as a threat and react with aggression. However, any public humiliation directed at them is met with violent retaliation, as they interpret it as an attempt to undermine their power. For narcissists, engaging with individuals who lack firm boundaries is unappealing. They prefer to invest their time in those they can easily manipulate and intimidate. If they perceive themselves as invincible and unyielding, they are unlikely to engage with individuals who do not assert strong boundaries. Those who can perceive through their facade are individuals they prefer not to engage with. If contemplating collaboration with a narcissist, consider the following. Maintaining a demeanor of extreme calmness and intelligence, sticking strictly to facts, tends to prompt the narcissist to disengage. Avoid letting emotions cloud your judgment. Narcissists exploit emotional reactions to their advantage. Your objective should be to remain composed and avoid becoming emotionally triggered when interacting with a narcissist. Once they succeed in eliciting an emotional response, they gain an upper hand. They thrive on emotional turmoil, which impedes rational thinking. Utilize phrases that emphasize factual discussion when dealing with them. Encourage them to substantiate their claims by asking for evidence and calmly requesting clarification on their reasoning. Approaching a narcissist in this manner often results in their reluctance to engage with you. While you have the freedom to form your own judgments if they attempt to contact you, assert your boundaries firmly, reminding them that their perception of you doesn't define your self-worth. However, acknowledging their opinion is legitimate. Narcissists frequently seek to elicit reactions from others as it reinforces their sense of control. They interpret negative responses as a victory, bolstering their fragile self-esteem. I've observed that narcissistic mothers can be particularly challenging, persisting in their control over their children relentlessly. When the child becomes vulnerable, the mother perceives it as an opportunity to exert dominance. This dynamic often results in black women mirroring the violence they experience from black men onto their children. The relationship between a narcissistic mother and her child can be profoundly distressing, especially for outsiders unfamiliar with such circumstances. Parents often employ gaslighting tactics, triangulate with their child, subject them to humiliation, and reserve their harshest criticisms for moments of vulnerability. Ultimately, the narcissistic parent seeks dominance over their emotionally distressed child. Maintaining emotional composure and asserting boundaries are essential strategies to prevent providing the narcissist with ammunition to fuel their manipulative behavior. This helps disrupt the cycle of interaction between you and them. Reflecting on relationship dynamics is crucial if you seek to disengage from a narcissist. Their manipulative tendencies and insatiable desire for control necessitate careful consideration. Narcissists employ various tactics, such as twisting words, lying, deflecting blame, and employing confusion-inducing language, making communication challenging. By carefully assessing their behavior, you'll realize that their actions are deliberate, not imagined, and follow consistent patterns in their interactions with others. Maintaining composure is crucial when using this information to prepare for a conversation with someone exhibiting traits of high narcissism. It's vital to recognize that narcissists aim to manipulate your perception of reality, sometimes resorting to outright manipulation. You wouldn't want someone you care about to adopt such distorted views of you, especially if you've endured past trauma. When dealing with a narcissist, asserting your boundaries is essential to convey that you won't be easily swayed. Compile a list of strategies to identify and minimize interactions with highly narcissistic individuals as a means of accepting and managing the situation. However, sharing this list with egocentric individuals is ill-advised. Keep it confidential to avoid potential risks. Armed with reason and logic, you possess the tools necessary to compel the narcissist to respect your boundaries and disengage. In interactions with narcissists, it's imperative to resist emotional reactions. Instead, assert control by signaling a pause in the conversation, expressing a preference for factual dialogue, and communicating your need to be heard and understood without succumbing to the current discord. Your comments convey hostility, causing doubt about our ability to progress from A to B. One of the narcissist's greatest fears is encountering individuals who display spiritual and quantum awareness, showcasing emotional sophistication beyond their own. They are deeply unsettled by self-assured individuals, as it exposes their deceitful nature. Narcissists also fear accountability, transparency, and being called out by perceptive individuals. Therefore, if you wish to deter a narcissist, it's crucial to articulate your concerns, thoroughly assess the situation, recognize narcissistic traits in others, safeguard your energy, and firmly uphold personal boundaries. The upcoming topic is what occurs when you expose a narcissist's lie. It's truly distressing how narcissists can inflict considerable pain on those around them without experiencing any remorse. Understanding how they can cause harm without remorse, while seamlessly navigating daily life and impacting others, is challenging. Have they ever empathized with the suffering of others? However, what unfolds when their lies are uncovered? Narcissists are fully cognizant that their actions cause harm intentionally. They may feign empathy, having been in similar situations before, but only if it serves their interests. Otherwise, they remain indifferent. Their profound lack of empathy prevents them from comprehending the emotional impact of their actions on others. Furthermore, their deficient emotional intelligence isolates them from society, as they disregard others' well-being and actively seek to inflict harm. Acknowledging their wrongdoing and the need for rectification poses a significant challenge for narcissists. When faced with obstacles, they may resort to further harmful behavior. So, what happens when confronted with evidence but no one to blame? In truth, they seldom experience regret or guilt for their actions, leaving them indifferent. They may either downplay the seriousness of their transgressions and continue as before, or they may terminate the relationship and seek out new connections. To discern narcissistic traits, observe their response to past failures and setbacks. While most narcissists lack feelings of guilt or remorse for the harm they cause, they are inclined to take extreme measures to prevent recurrence, albeit without genuine regret due to their inherent nature. Criticism directed at them typically triggers one of the following mental responses. It's crucial to recognize that narcissists habitually seek excuses to rationalize their actions, often resorting to the blame others defense. Their personality flaw fosters paranoia, instilling a perpetual fear for their safety and fostering a belief that everyone is conspiring against them. They may leverage this perception to justify their methods or precautions. Furthermore, when confronted with the consequences of their actions, narcissists tend to trivialize their behavior's severity. They may react disproportionately, misinterpreting benign remarks or actions as hostile. Comments made during their smear campaigns are often misconstrued as jest, even though they harbor genuine animosity. This facetiousness serves to reinforce their belief in their superiority, regardless of contrary opinions. For instance, they may employ deceit to manipulate others into accepting their perspective, disregarding dissenting views. Following their mistreatment of someone, they unceremoniously discard them. Another common tactic employed by narcissists is selective amnesia, utilized to deceive others into believing they've forgotten past transgressions. Narcissists, being highly self-centered, continuously seek methods to shift blame away from themselves onto others. They prioritize holding on to anger and resentment rather than embracing forgiveness and moving forward. Consequently, they may evade accountability by redirecting focus onto others' struggles. They often distort or suppress memories, complicating recollection, with the aim of convincing you to relinquish pursuit of accountability and overlook their actions. In efforts to conceal their faults, narcissists frequently reinterpret their actions to diminish their significance. They downplay the impact of their mistakes, denying or minimizing their gravity to rationalize their behavior and shirk responsibility. Instead of acknowledging wrongdoing, they prefer to shift blame onto others. Their reluctance to accept accountability underscores their character, demonstrating a preference for scapegoating over self-reflection. These individuals might offer apologies as a means to shift blame, but these apologies typically amount to mere lip service and lack genuine remorse for the harm they've caused. If you succumb to their manipulative tactics, the narcissist will experience relief when you cease to hold them accountable for their mistakes. To prevent such manipulations, it's imperative to uphold accountability even in the face of denial or evasion from the responsible party. Avoiding individuals who minimize or deny the harm they've inflicted is essential to avoid falling back into their cycle of manipulation. Narcissists who employ conflict and pain to further their objectives must be challenged and their motives questioned. This critical approach can help expose their deceitful tactics and deter others from falling prey to their lies. True narcissists rarely offer apologies, as they perceive themselves as beyond reproach and immune to consequences. Their self-absorption precludes genuine concern for the impact of their actions. If you've encountered individuals who rationalize or justify their harmful behavior, we invite you to share your experiences below. Your insights are invaluable. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications for updates on new videos. Your presence and contributions are deeply appreciated. Thank you for being here today.